Welcome, welcome, welcome to Aging on Purpose with me, your host, Loretta Fitzpatrick with Bridges HCS. I am so excited to begin this radio show with you. Our radio show will bring the topics around aging and living on purpose each and every Saturday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. So today's episode, as we kick off our radio show, we are going to dive straight into what aging on purpose looks like. You know, day to day, all of our lives are so different, whether we live the busiest life or we're a little bit more settled where we are in life. The one thing I do believe that it is important for you to be able to age in place. One fact remains, we'll all get older. We'll all age. And it's so funny when I began thinking about how to approach this radio show, I started thinking back. Um, I'm in my 50s, but I wasn't always in my 50s. And I think back to how life has a way of transforming our thinking. It definitely transforms our doing, but our thinking. And so today I want to really gravitate to the thinking, but I do want to share with you a synopsis. You know, when I was 10 years old, and I can remember uh, over the years. So when I was 10, I could not wait until my 13th birthday. Thought it was a big deal, big deal. Most of us do. But when I was 13, finally, I couldn't wait to turn 16. That was the big deal, right? And I had a great 16th birthday. I celebrated. But after all the glitz and glam of turning 16 wore off, I look forward to turning 18. Another milestone, right? And once I got over the hump of 18, I graduated high school. I couldn't wait to turn the big 21. That way I was free. I could hang out in places I normally couldn't hang out if I wasn't 21. But something changed after getting it out of my system. We'll say that. My thinking changed. I started thinking about the future. I started thinking about how to maintain the things that I have and how to gain the things that I wanted. Also, I started realizing there are certain things that when I was 10 or when I was 15 or when I was even 18 that I didn't want to do anymore or couldn't do anymore. So, what I'm sharing with you is how life begins to transform who we are, how we think, and what we're doing. And as we age on purpose, we have to be realistic to our needs. We have to understand our needs. Our goals will change. And I think that that's healthy to have an ongoing um, directive, an ongoing focus. And goals really help us. They help us to continue to think through our lives and things that affect our lives. So I think it's healthy to have goals, but don't get discouraged when you don't reach them. Don't just get discouraged at all. Just change the course. Change the course because we're in control of our thinking, we're in control of our goals. But as we age, we also want to make sure that we have the things that we need. You know, for many of us, we have fortunate and unfortunate scenarios where our health could become a hindrance to our lifestyle. I know the word hindrance is a little heavy, but it does become a displacement to creating normal aspects of life in some cases. But even with that, we have to adjust to the lifestyle that is best for us. I'm a planner, and I've always been a planner. I love to schedule my day. Um, and as a matter of fact, our broadcast will come to you as I do my travels. I travel throughout the month. I have national organizations along with Bridges that allow me to enjoy the travel. So I'll be bringing the radio show to you from two of our locations, mainly out of our Atlanta office, and also out of our Vegas office when I'm on the West Coast. So I look forward to being able to give you some of that scenery too. It's so beautiful on the West Coast, as well as the Atlanta skyline. So but with that all being said, again, going back, we want to make sure that we continue to focus on the things that we need. Don't neglect yourself at all. We go through life, and as a woman, I am a wife, I am a mother, I'm a businesswoman, um, I'm a manager, um, consultant, confidant to some, and now, of course, a radio host. But with that, we have to take care of ourselves. We want to take care of our mind. We want to take care of our heart. We want to take care of our spirit. And so we want to make sure that we have an understanding on what our needs are and desires of our hearts are. And I encourage you to live in that. I encourage you to live in that. Um, you know, it's easy maneuvering through because I know how my life is set up, and I want to be transparent as much as I can with you during these radio shows each and every Saturday. I do so much for so many I have over the years, and I do it because I want to. I believe it's my calling to do that. I believe that it's my purpose to do that. So I don't complain about that. What I do know is that there was a turning point for me that I had to stop and realize that I needed to focus on me. I needed to make sure that I was able to maintain my um, one, integrity, two, sanity, and my heart, my spirit, um, and make sure that I always maintained the things that were of value to me, not monetarily, not financially, but things that I valued. Um, that in all of that, it helped me to become a better person. It helped me to be able to maneuver through different scenarios with different circumstances a little bit better because it changed my thinking. Um, I also had to realize that I have to rest. So, as we age, um, some of us take naps. We'll find that we'll take more naps. But that's okay because we want to make sure that we continue to, again, identify what our need is, and rest. Oh man, rest is a big factor in that. We have to rest our mind and our bodies, our spirit, and it helps us um, replenish what we need physically completely, to be able to continue to maneuver. It's so difficult to do things when you have a mind of burden. You have a lot of stress, and life is not set up in which there will not be stress, and things that cause us pain. That's not the way it is set up. But how we maneuver through, how we manage through is what is important. And all of these things play into our lives, and it plays into our lives as we age because there's no cutoff time for sorrow or pain or loss, um, hurt. disappointment. There's no cutoff time for that. So those things continue throughout our lives. What I have seen over the years, especially when I got into the field of home care, home health care, I saw a lot of senior adults alone. And I still see a lot of senior adults alone. And it's for many reasons. Family members that have passed away, and they are the only surviving family person. But some also that have family, children, and they are disassociated. They're no longer in contact. They're living their own lives. And the individual, the senior individual, is alone. So what we've done as a company, of course, we provide caregivers and companion care sitters, and within that, we are there to hear the stories. We hear the lives that individuals have lived, and we share in those moments with them. And also, one of the bigger pieces of what we do is we assist in making sure they have what they need. Some have went a very long time without having or even identifying the things that they need. Again, all of us are in different places in our lives, and that will always be the case. So my need is very different from your need and will continue to be different from your need. Um, and so it is so important that as we age, while we're in a space in which we can control things to a degree, we want to make sure that, one, you're living your best life. That's for you, not for someone else, or not the life that they think you should have. Your best life for you. And in that, be okay with the mistakes. It's okay to be okay with the mistakes. I've made many. I've made many mistakes. I've learned from them. Still growing from them, and actually am wiser from them in many different scenarios. Mistakes help us to reflect back on the why, um, the what I could have done better or could have done different. And the why, did it happen? Why me? Those type of things. So you want to definitely take every aspect that life has and that it gives to you that begins to make up, one, who you are, um, and who you want to be, because there's so many factors in this process of aging. Life changes, we change. The same Loretta from 15 years old or the same Loretta from 20 years old, 25 years old is not the same Loretta at 50. Yes, I'm still Loretta, but my mind, my movement, my physical being is different. Um, and so that's life, right? That's life. That will be life. But I've accepted everything that life has brought for me. That has helped me empower me, not someone else empowering me, but me empower me to be able to maneuver and continue through my life the best way that I can to accomplish the things that I am doing to make a better me. And that's another topic in itself, but it's a statement. We want to make sure that you're living for you first. It's okay, if you have a spouse, if you have children, and a lot of individuals, I've heard them say, I'm doing this for them. I'm living for them. But make sure you're living for you first. Make sure you're taking care of you first. It's very difficult to do and be anything for anyone else if you're not being and doing it for yourself. You're giving and pouring out so much that your cup will end up being very empty. Um, and it has to be replenished. And when you never stop and you never take a look at what that looks like for you, that is when we hit the wall. That's when things break down. Um, and holding on to a lot of stress and holding on to a lot of buildup is when you do have the breakdowns. And so we want to be proactive instead of reactive in life as much as we can. And the most important thing that I felt this radio show would do is it would bring awareness to many different topics that we're going to talk about, but it also is a great foundation for resources. Our company, you can find us on the web at www.bridgeshcs.com. There's many resources there. For senior adults mainly. But definitely a phone number is there, and you can reach out and speak to one of our care support team members, or ask for myself. And we'd be more than happy to answer questions that you may have as it relates to you or as it relates to a loved one. But this is what this radio show is about. It is together. And again, will be delivered to you weekly every Saturday. I'm so excited. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. And here's a funny, and I'll share this story with you. I was actually filming a show, an online show, and I was a guest and I was being interviewed. Um, I I do interviews, I do presentations, I do seminars and things like that, but I never thought or was exploring a radio show. And I was approached with that opportunity. And the more I thought about it, because one of the main reasons that I'm in business, in this particular field of business, especially, is because I want to be a resource. There's a lot of information that I have and that we can share. I have been in healthcare operations for 30 years. I own six organizations, Bridges being one of them, but all healthcare driven, all resource driven, um, full continuity of care approach to why we have the companies that we have and why we do what we do. But it's interesting how the opportunity did come. And I'm so grateful again for it because again, this platform is for you. For me too. I want to be able to continue to live on purpose. And I feel that all of the information I have would be a waste if it was consumed and just held for me. So I must deliver it. I must deliver it to you. And so I want to continue to share that, as I stated, weekly, 12:30 to 1. Um, but I encourage you. I hope that the information that we've had a chance to kick off this awesome radio show um, with me, Loretta, and Bridges HCS has been of a benefit to you today, or at least inspired you in some ways, or started your thinking in some ways. But do not fret. We will get back to it next week. We will have another radio show in which we will talk more, have another topic. I will also periodically have guests on the show. And again, I look forward to being able to bring the show to you from our offices on the West Coast or our office out of Atlanta, and also our offices in North Carolina. We can't forget that. Um, we'll also venture to Florida as well. We have, a lot going on in so many different areas that I would love to just bring you into the environment through the radio show. So at least you'll get the scenery. How about that? You'll get the scenery. So again, follow us on social media, which is Bridges HCS on all platforms. We have a YouTube channel as well, Bridges HCS. on YouTube. And again, our website is www.bridgeshcs.com. Thank you so very much. I am your host, Loretta, with Bridges HCS, and I want you to live your best life for you as we age on purpose. See you later.